gonna be the work. This is gonna be the best story you ever seen. I mean, I really don't. I really I'd really like to have a little bit of time to actually say this on a live stream right now. If you're, a lot of people have been on my. This is just my first time I'm doing this, but I'm doing it here at a live stream for everybody else to enjoy. But this is one of the best times I have ever done something like this. Sometimes people always know what to find in any different way, but you can also know what I'm into right now. This is going to be the one time I have not had to do any stories, any good live stories. But if you ever saw something that you never saw before, what would you say if you found something interesting in a home, an interesting home? You thought, what could that be? What could that honestly be? Uh, if you were in a like a real like a real gallery, like a real gallery of food, you can't just have nothing. You got to have good stuff. And good live shows like this is really honest. I mean, honestly, you can't tell me that the honest truth is coming out of your face or out of your mouth. When you try to do a church service, you got to do it right. And what you do is just do it correctly. And what you do is try. You try. You know what it means? Like a church service. You do it on a good church, like St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Littlestown. You can enjoy that service. It's just the same thing. When I'm doing it live here, I do a live report from any other service you want. But you gotta realize the churches are really starting a good it's starting to get better now. It's starting to get a little better. It is gonna get better for all the churches from COVID to many other things of what COVID-19 really is. And being live stream, I mean it's the truth. It's really a truth. It's really the truth. You gotta have good responsibility. And responsibility means what you're gonna have to do. And what you're gonna do is how you're gonna feel. Being in a church service is a lot of real good stuff. Being all over the world. And you can really think of having a church service in your own town. If you're in Littlestown, just go there and you just decide what you want to do there. I'm doing this for I'm just practicing this because I think a lot of people think this is really real. This is real. You can have anything you like, anything you receive in the world, even if you were. For my health, it is, and I think it's a wonderful thing for church service to be around. And I think it's a wonderful thing that you go to a St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Littlestown for all the years. I mean, all the years that you were there, that you were born there, raised there for so many years. I mean, it's like a year where you don't have anything, but you don't learn the wrong way. God, if you like to learn some of this stuff, go to your live stories and just do what you're. I gotta go. I gotta go. Hey, Dan. Hey, Dan. I'll show you that one later. What, right now? Okay. Oh, oh God, I feel perfect. Okay, we're back. we're back on the air now. A lot of people have been wondering is how much you want to earn. This is really what you learn. And this is really what you have to do. It's only one thing you can learn about church services. You can pick up on it, you can pick up a lot of stuff. But then again, you can't remember how much fun you got, how much fun you had, and how much fun you have. I gotta move. I gotta move away from there. I'm already. Oh God. I'm gonna come already. You know, a lot of people have been saying, you know how each thing you get into, but this is important to you. A church service is a lot of difference. And you can't say much more about it as you do it. If you have a live stream, as I'm doing here today, but when you do something like this, you realize you're doing it good. You're having a good time with it. And you're having a very good time with your video here today. I wanted to practice this because I'm going to do something very different in the future. I feel that this time everything's going to be good and powerful. But if you try to do it right, you do it correctly. And when you try, you do it right. And what you do for sports stories, and if you're into something that you'd like to do in your life, if you're into sports stories, and what you do is do it correctly for church. I'd like to just do something for a service that I know that everybody loves. And I think a lot of people is in a lot more facts that you get that you can move on. And when you move on with it, you got to remember it's how you really feel about things in life. You have a church service you like. If you like a good nomination, and this nomination is Lutheran Church fun. And I think a lot of people love the church services from St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Littlestown. I realize that the church is with everybody. The sponsor, it's so many sponsors that we do serve, and we do have one of the mission of the month every year, which is also, if you would like to have any donations to that, and if you would like to send any offerings to St. Paul's Lutheran Church, please send a check in the mail or do it in person, or send it by the church and they'll receive it on your own. Because this is a way that everything you try, you can take anything, nominations or money that you can invest. I think a lot of people love to do the offerings at church. And this is such a time to where you know where it's going to end, where it's going to have your problem. And what you do is you try to do your own thing. And your own problem is not going to solve anything. And I mean, this is a regular nomination of where church and state does a good job. And I realize that this is the time for people to reflect their own right. And I really agree with some of this stuff, but people are so glad to be here on a church program. Like if you were on one, if you had a chant or something like that you want to do. And I think that is one time that feeling true, that you feel kind of good. When you feel good, you feel great. And once I feel like it can help you in the world, and it does help. And I really think of all the world that you could love the country you're in right now, United States. If you have a favorite program you like, any program that you like in any live stream here, you can ask for anything. You could just really, if you like church services, football, sports, and everything, and you can just say that football is still in the nation this year in high school, and also baseball too. And baseball is one of the best sports of the year. And I know a lot of people love baseball at this time of the year. I know a lot of people like baseball broadcast every year. And I know a lot of people like baseball through many years to come. I think this is the one time that you can realize that you can like baseball anytime you like, any such you like, any sports times. You can believe me. This is fun. And you know how fun it always goes to when you have time, that you can really start off the same way you start off right, as you start off the same. I'm doing this because I want to just see how it would work for that people want to see me on a live stream program. Live, really. This is a time for people to reflect that it really brings sports to you. And believe me, it will. And church services also. I mean, this is the greatest time of the year that you can bring anything to you and throughout um, the whole spring season. And I just like to. And if anybody wanted to do something very differently, the difference, it's not a crime, but it is fun. It's fun to do. It's quite different. It's very good to be with everybody around. It's such a great time of the year that you can really think of having a good thing, and a good thing that would do for you. I mean, don't end the time, don't end the program, but please reflect your own right. Any comedy, any good, The Price is Right is one. I mean, that's a game show you always like to have. And Match Game was on for years and years and years back in the 70s. And if you saw Family Feud in your own with Richard Dawson, and the new host is Steve Harvey, you could bring anything back to many sports stories that you know that you would like to see in your own lifetime. And it is a lifetime of where you know where it's going to stay with you for all your lifetime. And your lives will be there again. And believe me, it's going to stay with you all summer long. We're just going to bring you some live programs sometimes after we get through everything throughout the contest, or it's so many times I'm here live at an off, or not anywhere. It's a location where I know you will begin with this with a story. If you have anything you know, any sports stories, anything you would like to see, and I hope that you will be glad to do it for you and for everybody. My it's so many sports times that you can't. If you listen to my live streams sometimes, not live streams but videos, you can really see my shows every month through throughout the whole year. I mean, these years is really what my special time will be here with you, and it's a wonderful time of the season where you believe in a lot of sports you like. If you love sports, you would really believe it, and for me, you'll really love it. And I really think it's really an end for all you want. So until the next time we get together with you on a live stream show like this, and realize you can really enjoy stuff that you can really like live reports and television shows that everybody likes. And it's really happy to say that you know that so many people. I mean, it's really a possibility of saying that you can't believe anything that's happening in the world here. And I think that's a wonderful thing for most people. That's most people. You can understand where I'm talking about. hmm Like if you went to a baseball game and you really think that you like it, and you can see a live story. There's so many live stories that you can realize that you can really believe in. You can really believe in yourself. Yeah. You have a question? And if anybody has any questions about sports, bring them on. Bring them on. And I think that's one time that anything would bring somebody back to YouTube and realize that they'll bring you some good live stream for you. I really think I think it's kind of live that you can bring some tape in this, and if you think it's different, it isn't. It's really an experience that you can really love in the world. And I like just to end here. Have a good day, have a good weekend, and have a good day, and good luck.